Over the years, an intense stereotype has developed around male babysitters. These stereotypes have developed from the very real fears that most predators and most physical and sexual attacks occur at the hands of men. This has made many parents uneasy about leaving their children in their care, especially parents with young girls. Why have these fears and stereotypes become such a prominent factor in the babysitting industry? How did these stereotypes affect the hiring of babysitters and the opinions of both children and parents?
Major babysitting companies have said that 90% of their babysitters are female. This is because gender stereotypes are constantly being reinforced by the idea that females are more nurturing and male babysitters are more rough around the edges. Studies have shown that parents feel more comfortable leaving their children with female babysitters rather than male babysitters. These stereotypes are often represented in films and television shows.
Guys. God, red baby.
Parental views often reflect gender stereotypes created by society. These views are influential in the parents' hiring processes, further reinforcing these stereotypes. Society sends the message that male babysitters cannot be trusted with children due to fears of sexual abuse, persuading many parents to choose a female babysitter over a male. When examining sexual abuse cases involving babysitters, men account for 666 cases, whereas females only account for 203 cases. The majority of these victims were female.
How do your views on male and female babysitters affect your hiring process?
I don't think they really do. I feel like I would hire whoever's better qualified for the job, but we've only had female babysitters until now.
Mm-hmm. Does the gender of your child or children affect who you will hire as a babysitter, do you think?
I think that they would enjoy having a male babysitter because it would be someone that would be probably more likely to want to go out and play football with them, but they've liked all the female babysitters also.
How did your views on male and female babysitters affect your hiring process?
I would like to think it wouldn't, but I've never been presented with the opportunity to hire anything but a female babysitter.
Does the gender of your child or children affect who you will hire as a babysitter?
No, it doesn't really enter into it. I'm looking more for a babysitter that would relate to the children well.
When selecting a babysitter, parents look for a good role model for their children and someone they will look up to. Depending on the gender of their child or children, a parent may be swayed to choose a male or female babysitter. The child's own opinion is also taken into consideration when hiring a babysitter, as you create a better dynamic between the babysitter and the child.
McKenna, would you rather have a girl babysitter or a boy babysitter, and why?
I would rather have a girl babysitter because, it's mostly girls around the house. It's only my dad and my brother, so I think it would be kind of awkward to have another boy in the house.
I would want a girl babysitter because boys are awkward.
I'll probably have a boy.
Why?
Because girls aren't that fun.
Why do you think that?
Because
I would have a boy babysitter because boys are more into the sports that you would do because you're usually playing with other boys. And yeah.
Both male and female babysitters at times run into conflicts during the hiring process due to stereotypes. Male babysitters are often subjected to more scrutiny when being hired. Some are even asked to go so far as to bring a copy of their driver's license. Female babysitters tend to have more ease in finding jobs. However, the issue may arise that a family is specifically looking for a male babysitter due to their own personal preference.
Nick, how do you feel about men-woman babysitting stereotypes?
I didn't even know that they existed because when I babysat my neighbors, I never really felt like I was hindered by any stereotypes, and I think I did my job great and the parents liked it. So
Okay.
I didn't really know any stereotypes existed, and if they do, they didn't affect me.
Okay,
But I
so
think they're ridiculous if they do exist.
that is true.
I think it's
kind of ridiculous that there's such a stigma against male babysitters. It should all be about trust. If you know the person, if you know what kind of a person they are and you trust them and you trust them with their kids and they have a connection with your kids, I don't think it should make a difference whether it's male or female. I don't think I've ever lost out on a job because I was a girl. I've babysat families who have all boys and it didn't really make a difference. So I think it's just completely whatever fit is right for the family.
Gender stereotypes greatly affect the hiring of male and female babysitters. These stereotypes are deeply rooted in fears that male babysitters present a greater safety risk to children. Although supported by statistics, these sometimes unfounded fears cause severe repercussions for the hiring of male babysitters. Being aware of such stereotypes is essential to working to combat them. We hope that you better understand the views of children, parents, and babysitters and how they encourage and prolong the stereotypes of male and female babysitters in today's society.